Nigeria's ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has dismissed speculations that it will print one presidential nomination form solely for the incumbent, President Bola Tinubu, and exclude other party chieftains from the contest for its ticket in the lead-up to 2027 presidential election. National Organizing Secretary of the party, Alhaji Sulaiman Argungu, disclosed this at a news conference on Wednesday in Abuja.
While confirming that both the National Working Committee, NWC, and various state chapters had adopted Tinubu as the preferred candidate, the Organizing Secretary insisted the process remains open. Well, according to him, anybody who wants to aspire for the presidency under the APC will not be denied the opportunity to purchase the expression of interest in nomination forms to exercise their franchise. So, while President Tinubu has the party's blessing, the door isn't locked. That's a sharp contrast to what the PDP did in 2014, printing just one form for Goodluck Jonathan. Anyway, joining us to unpack all of this and what it means for the party is a member of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Dr. O'Diakpo Obire. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Obire.
Thank you for having me.
Well, as the saying goes, what's good for the goose is good for the, we already know. But then again, in this particular case, the APC, which many thought would have its full backing on the current and President Bola Tinubu, seems to be veering off. Or would you say that it's just a statement made out of just wanting to speak to the press, and he didn't really mean it when he said that the ticket is still opened?
Well, one thing you must know is that we are in a democratic setting, and it's not about being autocratic in handling issues of politics. President Bola Tinubu Bola Tinubu is a democratic person. He's a Democrat. He's a progressive, and he doesn't believe in that system where people will be locked out to show interest to serve their country. So if APC is throwing the tickets, is throwing the nomination open for anybody that is interested to run for presidency, I think the more the merrier. So I don't think there's an issue about this.
What I'd like to know is, when they say that they're opening the ticket for anyone who wants to run for the presidency, many would say it feels like eye service, because in several meetings, and I can start to detail a number of them, we've seen the APC throw their unanimous support for President Bola Tinubu to return for a second term. And here in Nigeria, as is the practice, there's the power of incumbency. Everyone knows that it's very difficult to defeat an incumbent president or governor, as the case may be. Yes, there have been exceptions, but there's an influence that a governor or a sitting president wields, which President Bola Tinubu wields. So when the APC now comes to tell us that they are opening the ticket to anyone who wants to run, many would say this is just paying lip service, as they've in past times endorsed President Bola Tinubu.
Like I said, APC is a party, is a political party. And every political party is a vehicle that politicians uses to get to their political destination. And if the party decide that, okay, we are going to make one form available for only Bola Tinubu, I don't think there is democracy in that. So if people are endorsing the president, it's because the president has done so well in handling the affairs of the nation, and with his audacious economic reforms and all that. And they feel that he needs a second term to solidify whatever he has started that is driving the country into what is supposed to be. So if people are endorsing him to run for presidency again, it doesn't mean that the party will also lock door against those that feel like running for the presidency. So it's a political setting, like I said. So there's nothing wrong if a political party says our ticket is our door is open to anyone who wants to vie for any position, including the office of the president. So it's okay. It's in line with democracy.
Can I just run through a few examples of the question I asked earlier? On May 18, 2025, at a stakeholders meeting in Kaduna, the APC Northwest Zone unanimously endorsed President Tinubu for his second term. On May 21, 2025, during a zonal stakeholders meeting in Abuja, North Central APC leaders, including key figures like the SGF Senator George Akume and Niger State Governor Mohammed Umar Bago, endorsed Tinubu's re-election, citing his performance and leadership. Come back to Oyo. April 29, 2025, the Oyo State APC executive resolved to support Tinubu's second term, crediting his renewed hope agenda. I can go on and on to show you in different parts of the country where different caucuses of the APC have thrown their support. Do you genuinely believe that any person within the party can counter this, knowing that the party in different caucuses have openly thrown their support behind the president? Or is this an opportunity to just say, you know, the party is trying to make more money, like a number of people have said, that's just a money-making venture?
Well, it depends on the perspective you are looking at it from. Political parties makes money from selling of expression of interest and nomination forms so they can have money to run the affairs of the party. So APC is not an exception. Whether APC, because APC is in government, it doesn't mean that every form that will be sold has to be one form or assigned to a particular person to carry on with the election without being challenged. But the truth about it is very simple. Even myself, I endorse him. So it doesn't mean that when you endorse a politician, then automatically he has gotten the ticket to run for the election. It doesn't work that way. There's going to be a primary election. Asuwaju is not somebody that is afraid of elections. He has always won his elections. He has not failed winning his election. So he's not perturbed. So even if the party decide that, okay, we have opened the door to everyone that wants to run, let them come and run. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't really see endorsements going up and down as a already done deal by giving the ticket to the aspirants. So it's an open door policy. It's something that there's nothing strange about this. That the PDP has done it in the past, it doesn't mean that APC should follow suit. It doesn't make it right. We are talking about democracy. Democracy is allowing the people to express their interests, throw their hats on the ring, and whatever comes out of the of that venture, they still take it. Those who doesn't want to take it goes to court. This is what democracy is about. So if you print one form and sell one form, then where is the democracy in it? So there's nothing wrong. All right. If anybody wants to, even those that are collating today, they want to join APC now that our door is open, they can come and run. There's nothing wrong.
I know you recall what happened in 2022. I'm sure possibly you were there as well. Pre-election period where presidential aspirants actually declared that they will be stepping down for President Bola Tinubu, which is of course televised live. Many of them did come on stage and say that they will be stepping down. They will be stepping down. And we do recall that the forms were very expensive. Are we about to see a same scenario play out where, of course, you have many people who purchase the forms And then at the end of the day, people will step down as compared to just giving the ticket to the president so that Nigerians and, of course, APC members can understand that this is who the APC is going for. In other words, does it need any theatrics or all of these?
Let me be very clear about this. What is just analyzed is part of the democratic process. If I decide to run for an election and I picked up the form, I submitted my form, and I go for the primary elections, it is left for me to decide whether I will step down or I will go ahead with my contest. So individuals stepping down for the president at the last convention simply means that they have confidence in him to go and do the job for Nigerians. So there's nothing, it's part of the process. Nobody is being coerced. Nobody is being prejudged. It's a personal decision. So if that happens again in 2027, there's nothing wrong in it. There's nothing wrong about that. But 2027 is still 2 years ahead. I believe it's too early to start predicting.
It doesn't feel like 2027 is too far.
You know, sometimes we hear, we wonder.
We should be talking about government. We should be talking about what the government is doing, how the economy is faring, how Nigerians are faring, and what should be done to achieve a better first 4 years. Well, but we are just halfway to the first term. So I don't think all this political whatever that is going on everywhere, we're having a misplaced priority as a nation.
Dr. Obire, you seem to be one of the few people that believe that, because what we're seeing with the political elite and what we've heard a number of Nigerian citizens say is it feels like after 2025, there's nothing like 2026. The next year is 2027 because elections, campaigning seem to have, the work behind the scenes seem to have fully started already. But I want to make reference to what's happened within the PDP. The PDP has had its 102nd NEC meeting. They have agreed to zone to the south. However, northern youths have kicked against this, saying that they feel alienated and they do not agree with the PDP's decision to zone to the south. We don't know how this will turn out for the PDP. But is this announcement of the the way of opening the ticket by the APC, is it a way to sort of manage the possibility of internal infractions by maybe northern blocs or governors or leaders who might feel alienated by an automatic endorsement?
First of all, politics is a game of calculations. And PDP, they have looked at the table and decide that let them zone their party tickets to the south, thinking or hopefully that it might work for them. But another thing is, whatever calculation any person is doing about political movements is totally their decisions and their assurances that whatever they are doing will work for them. Well, as for APC, throwing the party nomination open for everyone, I don't think it is to please a certain group of people within the APC, because we believe in APC, we believe in doing things the way they should be done. And now we have a new leadership, our able national chairman that has come in. The politicking within the APC we start in full gear. But then, I don't want you to have that notion that the party throwing the the chance is open for everyone. It's a means to satisfy some group of people, or from the north, or from the east, or from the south. It is purely what a political party should do. That is the right thing to be done. Leave the door open, let people come in and express themselves. Let them come in and vie for whatever position they want to vie for. But because limiting the people, limiting the contest, also will be seen as an autocratic system. So we're in democracy. So let us practice democracy. That's what APC stands for. And that's what we are doing right now. We are not satisfying anybody. I don't think the party is looking at it that, oh, the Northern Bloc, the North Central, the Northeast, the Northwest, or even the Southeast, or even South-South. You know, we are not looking at that. APC is for Nigerians. Whoever has interest to want to come and run, if you have what it takes for you to come and take the contest from President Bola Tinubu, you are welcome. However, I don't see this as a problem within our party.
By chance, have any idea of what the nominee forms would go for in terms of price? Because I think someone might be interested who's watching now, maybe from your party. And are you also interested in running for presidency? Maybe you want to purchase the form as well. I'm
not interested in running for presidency. I have a president who is doing a great job and should be given the opportunity to come back and finish what he has started. Then secondly, the form, the cost of the form will be determined by the party. There's no figure that is attached to it at the moment. And like I said, it's still too early to start talking about this. A whole lot need to be put in place. All the political parties, including APC, will have to look inward and see how they can make it easy for those who wants to run for political offices across board. Right. So there's no price attachment to the form as at this moment, not to my notice or not to my awareness.
All right, I think our final question here, because of course we have people streaming live on YouTube. One of the questions that have come in for you from Chukwemeka, he says, can you beat your chest and say that President Tinubu has done well?
Yes, he has done well. I can beat even more than my chest. President Tinubu has done well in his steering the ship of Nigeria. Nigeria is not an easy country to run. People will not be satisfied, but at the same time, there are also those that are satisfied. So you can't please everybody. That's the truth. And a country without an opposition is not a country that is doing well. So we welcome opposition. We welcome those who don't feel that things are not going well, who just have that mindset that Nigeria is not moving the direction it should move. That is their view. However, there are also those people like me who knows that the president is on the right track. Nigeria, the president is dealing with a long-lasting solutions. He's not dealing with immediate quick fix that previous governments have been doing. So whatever he's doing right now might be a pain to some people. However, it is going to be joy for everyone tomorrow. That is the way it is. So there's no pain. There's no gain without pain. So the painful part of it is what we are passing through. However, there's light at the end of the tunnel. The future is bright for Nigerians. So Nigerians should look at the long run. They should not be looking at the immediate problem that they are facing, because you must solve the root of the problem. All the previous governments in the past, what they do is there's a crack wall. They just put putty, fill it, and repaint. But
Right.
Siwaju has brought down the structure and rebuilding the foundation and everything. So it takes time. These things are not electronics. You walk into your shop, buy and fix in your house.
All right, Dr. Obire.
It takes time to materialize.
All right, we're almost out of time, and at the end of the day, you said it takes time. Nigerians, of course, are the ones at the receiving end, and we hope that in the next 2 years, he has 2 more years to the end of his tenure, Nigerians will decide if President Bola Tinubu has done well. Our final question to you would be your thoughts. You did speak about opposition. Your thoughts about the People's Democratic Party. They seem to be putting their house in order. They've agreed to zone to the south, and things might be looking upward. Do you consider the People's Democratic Party a formidable opposition at this moment?
I don't see them zoning the presidential ticket to the south as something that makes them formidable. It's just a political calculation. The PDP has gone oblivion, and a lot of them in the PDP, their legs are in ADC, their legs are in SDP. In fact, the PDP is a carcass. It's just standing. It's a structure that is just standing. There's nothing there. The foundation is cracked and nothing to build on. So they are just struggling to, what they should have done in 2023 is what they want to do now, because they feel the presidency is still in the south. It doesn't make sense. So let them continue to amend whatever they are doing. We welcome them as opposition, and we also wish them well. So we are not perturbed. In APC, we are not bothered. We don't see them.
All right.
We don't see them. We don't see coalition. We don't see ADC. We are not seeing anybody.
You don't see the ADC.
So
the key political figures have been moving to the ADC. You don't think that they're a formidable opposition at this moment as well?
There are no key figure anywhere in ADC. These are just people who are hungry to hijack power and start squandering Nigerian resources. Where were they in the past 20-something years? A lot of them were part of the government that put Nigeria where it is today. What else do they have to come and do in that offices that they've been? Some of them have been governors, some have been ministers, some have been other political office holders and all that. What did they do with the years that they were there? They destroyed the country. There is nobody in ADC. There is nobody in ADC. So we don't see them. Like I said, we don't see them. They are not existing. They are not existing because they have nothing to come and tell Nigerians. They were there. If they were new set of people, if ADC today, the people you are talking about, if they were a new set of people that have never been in government, then we'll look at them well. But these are people, some of them just left government 2 years ago, and they are crying that they are hungry. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. What are they coming to fix? What they destroyed?
All right.
There's
Dr.
nobody there,
Obire.
my sister. There's nobody.
All right. We've run out of time for the conversation, but we thank you for your time. We'll also be speaking with people who were members of the PDP at some point and seem to be with the ADC now, and I'm sure that they will have a response. We do have